Michael Bay checklist. Explosions.
Check.
Slow motion.
Check.
Gratuitous product placement.
Check.
Unnecessary car crashes.
Check.
Screaming girl.
Check.
Shaky cam.
Check.
Lens flare.
Check.
Epic sunset walking off montage.
Check.
Let's make Transformers 5.
Yeah!
Woo!
You ever take a big shit? I'm not just talking like a regular big shit. I'm talking like the type of big shit that you're sitting on a toilet wondering if you're going to make it. You contemplating all the bad decisions you've ever done in life and all the people you've done wrong. You begin to grab your phone and start to write a will. You go through your Facebook friends list and like, he's going to get my movies. He's going to get my video games. And fuck Dave. And then it passes. You thank the heavens it's finally over. And that's nowhere near as bad as this piece of shit. Transformers The Last Night.
Tell them how you really feel.
Oh, really? Welcome to the show, everybody. Today, in case you haven't picked up, we're talking about the crap fest that was the last Transformers movie. So before you go check out the new one coming, next year in theaters? Bumblebee, starring Haley Steinfeld, Pamela Alden, and John Cena. You may want to check out this review first. All right, joining today, as always, my brother X.
What's up, guys?
And the special guest for today. What's up, Jordy?
Yo.
Okay, let's kick this shit off. First impressions.
All right, so my first impressions were they dragged poor Anthony Hopkins into this. I mean, I expected blatant product placement. I from based on the last one, yeah, I expected that to be. I knew that Bud Light was gonna shove it in my face whether I wanted it or not because nobody drinks Bud Light. Explosions, explosions and no real story are par for the course when it comes to Michael Bay movies, but this movie delivered on lowering my expectations for any Michael Bay movie coming up ever. Period. That's how bad this movie was.
I had the opportunity to see this film for free. I won a contest. They're like, here's a ticket. And I've always had this abusive relationship with the Transformers franchise in which every time I see a trailer, I'm like, this looks fantastic. And I get beaten and taken advantage of while watching the film.
We all do. It's like Fast and the Furious.
I mean, just like he said, the explosions, I knew there were going to be explosions. I mean, never have I seen so much explosions since Michael Bay's production of the Samsung Galaxy Note 7. But after I watched this crap of a film that I saw for free, I wanted my money back. And I went to the people that held that contest and said, okay, now you owe me 2 hours and 28 minutes of your time. But I digress. Jordy, what you think?
Oh, shit. I think gotta clear the rope for this one.
So, upon watching this, I am number one glad I did not pay for it. And
you pay for it in some way.
Yes, I have a very horrible memory now. Aside from this movie blatantly ripping off other movies, specifically with special effects and designs of different things, why did they make another Transformers movie? I'm left with a question. My first impression is to question his existence. I don't know why it's there. I thought it was over. Why is there a fifth movie? What the fuck? Why is the sixth movie coming out?
Why is there a spin-off coming out?
You cannot kill that which does not live. I think that's what it's come down to at this point. This
swallow your soul.
I think the franchise is just like dead and just kind of limping along because
honestly, the image I got from my head from that statement actually would have made for a better film. All right. The good, which I feel is going to be a very short segment. The bad and the ugly, which are probably going to take up most of the time. Rex, good.
So you know why I'm here. It's Transformers 5. All right? I knew I was going to see it anyway. I just didn't know what I was in for. I mean, Michael Bay, the good. Michael Bay does what he does. He does explosions, car chases, shaky cam, and panning of cameras. You know, with the low angle panning. And I'm done.
I like the scene when they showed Cybertron scraping across Earth. That was pretty cool looking.
Really?
Well, it was
because physics, bitch.
I didn't say that it looked possible. I said it looked pretty cool. And then the next line under it is like, it's just scraping millions of people and cities off of the planet. It's like, good, they don't have to deal with this fucking movie.
Sir Anthony Hopkins was a true. Throughout this film, he's probably one of my most favorite things about this film. Mark Wahlberg's performance was pretty good. You know, playing Mark Wahlberg in a Mark Wahlberg film. But I think the greatest thing about this film was the trailer. Michael Bay can direct the shit out of a trailer. In fact, if they ever do a movie about my life, I've even tweeted this. Michael Bay needs to direct the trailer. But I'm done. Let's go into the bad.
All right. So this is gonna be Let's start with Vivian, right? Vivian was played by Laura Wembley,
Yes,
something like that.
You may recognize her as Peter Quill's mom from Guardians of the Galaxy and Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, and that's it. Oh wait, she was that Captain America groupie in First Avengers, but yeah. I digress.
I'm sorry. It was not Laura. It was Vivian Wembley, played by Laura Haddock or something like that. Limited. Wow. Just damn.
Just more celebrities' names nobody could ever pronounce.
There you go. So to me, they took her and tried to make her look as close to Megan Fox as they could without actually getting Megan Fox, because you couldn't pay Megan Fox to be in this franchise anymore.
Yeah, she's stuck in another franchise.
Yeah, Ninja Turtles. And this movie was written by people that were drunk. And we're not talking the good drunk where you're still a little funny drunk. No, this is the drunk. Go home. You're drunk, sloppy drunk, okay? That's the drunk people that made this script. Period. Why? Even I don't get that drunk.
That's saying something.
Pretty much.
Jesus. Jordy, the bad.
The way this movie rolled out made no fucking sense. I was like, at some point, I swear I was watching a really shitty Borderlands intro. That's like, they're sitting there and they're showing all these Decepticons, and you're just like, okay, can you make anything any more cliche about this right now? It was so fucking horrible. Throughout the entire movie, everything was just, we're just going to dump you into this situation, and then, look, here's some story.
Would you really call it a story?
No, there's an act. What's that word again when they go and it's like, here is some backstory? I forgot. There's a word for that.
I don't know.
Doesn't matter, because the movie doesn't fucking matter, because you could literally walk into this movie at any fucking point and it won't matter, because you're still going to be introduced to something.
Yes.
It just won't matter. Actually, you didn't know what was going on? Wait about 5 minutes.
Okay. Cogsman was a novelty that was designed to be the comic relief that got tiring real quick. Yeah. I mean, like, you see when he first gets in, like, this is funny. Fuck it, I'm off of the screen. I got really tired of them shoehorning the quote, "Without sacrifice, there can be no victory."
Oh my goodness!
They said it in every act of the film. It was said at least once.
Yeah, it's true.
If you are a fan of the Transformer franchise because of Optimus Prime, you're gonna have a bad time. He's in by what? I'd say a total of 8 minutes,
if that much.
if that.
Yeah.
So yeah. So this brings us on to the final part, the ugly. Been
The
looking
part
forward to this.
The part you've been waiting for.
Oh yes. All right, but I'm a gentleman. Sometimes. You may go first.
What if I don't want to go first?
Okay, Jordy, you can go first.
The ugly. I don't even know where to start with. I'm a leave one. There's one I already know that I gotta leave for you, Rex. Because
Yeah, please.
I can't because that is the first one that comes to mind.
Yeah.
But, number one, the inconsistencies within the franchise's own lore.
Yes.
What the fuck? First off, now every Transformer bleeds. When the fuck did that start?
They bleed coolant.
Yes. Antifreeze.
Antifreeze.
What is his blood type? Dex cool.
God damn it, GM. I mean, that just popped out of fucking nowhere. Megatron. Why is he Megatron again? Why is it that he actually transforms now and doesn't do all this cube shit anymore? What the fuck happened to Galvatron? He made it very fucking clear he was Galvatron now.
And how the fuck did he get the Quintessa before Optimus Prime did?
Look, it's a long story.
And where did this bitch come from? Where? They were just like, oh shit, we didn't tell them the story yet. Here's like this little chick Megatron. Because that's all she really is. It's a female Megatron that floats. She just wants to kill everything on Earth and be like, I will bring back the home planet. And that's pretty much it. And that's really the ugly about this movie is the fucking movie. The story.
The movie is the ugly.
The movie is the ugly.
You heard it here first, folks.
Yeah. It caught the ugly.
No, it caught the bay.
But it was not awesome. You failed this time, Michael Bay. You failed.
All right. So now that we got that out the way. All right. So to me, this movie was filmed with at least like 4 different cameras. At any given point in any different scene, there were 4 different aspect ratios, okay? Because they filmed it with the IMAX camera. They filmed it with the 3D camera. They filmed it with whatever cinematic camera. And then they filmed it with some fucking cell phone camera. I swear to God.
And the funny part is, there's so much green screen involved.
Yeah.
How is it that you couldn't at least keep the same aspect ratio?
I don't know. I legitimately don't understand. Okay? And it was all like within mid-scene, like in the middle of a conversation. They would turn to somebody else. The aspect would change, and the other person would respond, and it would be another aspect ratio. And then he would stop his sentence, and then it would change again because reasons. I don't know what kind of budget they had for cameras.
That's the equivalent of talking to 2 of your friends, and when you go to look at one of them, say something, and look at the other one, and squint your eyes for some reason. Do you like tacos? Really? Do you like tacos?
And that fake Wally.
That little blue thing.
Yeah. What was his name?
Squeaks or something?
Squeaks. What?
Toilet?
No. This movie was Toilet, but
No, this is what you find in a toilet.
yeah. I guess he was in there, shoehorned in there to appeal to kids. And I'm just gonna I'll just say the pacing was off. God, this movie was horrible.
I still can't figure out why they had the little girl, this girl in the movie who's adamant, better know she's 14.
Yeah.
Bitch can fix everything on a Transformer. Can't add a second fucking wheel to Mr. Wally over here. Like, seriously. What is she, the mother from The Sixth Sense? She wanted him to limp? What was wrong with her?
What about the fact she put on this fucking Decepticon arm that man looked like Quagmire after he discovered,
Yeah, right.
he discovered internet porn?
Seriously, she just like kept him limping the whole movie and then eventually was like, hey, you see that big gun over there? Yeah, go wander through this field.
And go use that.
With your limited mobility self.
This movie. First off, when you make a movie, it's usually safer. It's usually safer to work a 3-act structure. the first 3 films did that, and then again they wander on to film 4, and Michael Bay is all like 3-act structure. We're going 5. I'm gonna put explosions in all of them. This movie does not flow smoothly. When you work with a 5-act structure, you need to be able to connect the stories from each of the each of the acts. Each act feels like its own fucking movie.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. There's one film where Mark Wahlberg's a fugitive, to this other film where he's being recruited by Sir Anthony Hopkins, to this other film where it's National Treasure 3, to this other film where it's Alien, it's Alien shit franchise, to this other film where it's fucking like 13 Hours by Michael Bay. This film, throughout each of the acts, has an identity crisis, and they're like, fuck it, we'll just put, Bumblebee standing there, like we got this one over here jerking off, And speaking of some of the Transformers, they just literally introduced some for the sake of robots.
Yes.
Like, yeah, you remember the Dinobots? We'll give you about 3 good scenes with them, and that's it. All right, we're gonna introduce you a fucking dragon, a 3-headed dragon. Never been a dragon as epic since fucking, I don't know, what do you want to say, you like the animes, Blue Eyes White Dragon?
It's 3-headed, blue-eyed white dragon. Okay.
Ultimate white dragon.
Ultimate. Yeah.
Ultimate white dragon.
Fuck me.
That was fucking retarded though, because you had all these the knights come together, and these fuckers are like, with our powers combined, we are King Ghidorah. It was like, I agree with you 100%. This shit was like as if Quentin Tarantino was trying to add explosions to his movies.
Yes.
Yeah, but I'm entertained with Tarantino films.
At least.
Yes.
Most of them.
Yeah.
This was a shit film. So that brings me down to the final thoughts.
All right.
Do you want to go?
Yeah.
Should I let him go?
Okay.
No, you go.
Okay.
This, like I said before, this movie lowered my expectations for all Michael Bay movies going forward. I mean, I don't want to see another Transformers movie for the next 20 years. I'm done.
Good luck.
Yeah, quiet you, okay? A man could dream. A man can dream.
You have a better chance of dreaming of a bigger dick. Oh, never mind. Jordy. We all have that.
I wasn't. I stayed away from this movie when I was in the theaters. I could have stayed away from it now, but no, I made a bad decision.
People will do that.
Yeah, it's passable. It's an okay movie. Mindless violence and whatnot. Or action, should I say.
This movie is not passable.
This was a train wreck of a movie. And I'm not talking about that Amy Schumer movie, Trainwreck, because, that's probably more entertaining me.
That was a massacre.
This was a horrible film. I would say it's as bad as the Fast and the Furious franchise, but at least the Fast and the Furious franchise knows what it wants to be. And it just keeps going with that, which I give it all the credit for. It feels like multiple stories that somehow Michael Bay made into one, probably used Gorilla Tape for all I fucking know. Which caused the film to have an identity crisis when it comes to what it wants to be. And they introduce characters they don't really follow through with, and the film ultimately suffers for it. If I could bring back, we used to have a show called Turd or Triumph, in which we would review trailers and give it a rating. For this episode, I'm bringing back the Turd or Triumph rating. Turd. Rex? Turd or Triumph?
Turd.
Jordy, Turd or Triumph?
Oh, that's just a big, deep pile of shit.
Okay. All right. And they all combine and make one cybernetic turd.
Cyber turd.
Autobots, shit out. And that's been our show, folks. Thank you all for watching. Do us all a favor. Smash that like button. Subscribe. And leave us a comment telling us whether you agreed with us, disagreed with us, or if you have any suggestions for other films in the future. I've been DJ. You can find me at DJ of Crew Review on Instagram and Twitter. This man over here has been Rex. Where can people find you?
Downing my sorrows in a glass somewhere at the local pub.
I'll join you.
All right.
First round's on me.
All right. Damn, this movie's bad. You guys can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Rex a Crew Review.
Mm-hmm. And, well, we all know where we can find Jordy after this, checking into a fucking, suicide ward.
Sounds about right.
Mm-hmm. All right. Thanks for all watching. See you next time.
I want to cry.
It's good to cry. Let it out.